Hi everyone! Welcome to Provisual Tutorials. In this video, I'll show you how you can easily set up and showcase your design using Provisual and 3D models. Let's navigate to the 3D Models section and select an object for our tutorial. The library contains a great variety of high-quality 3D models, and it is updated weekly. In this tutorial, we will learn how to customize a 3D model of a high-top sneaker. Let's select a 3D model from the vast Provisual library. In this video, I'll show you how to work with the numerous materials that Provisual has in this 3D sneaker mock-up. Let's turn off the drop shadow for more convenience while adjusting the materials of our 3D model. So, let's begin. Let's change the color of the material on the Head tab. You can either select or customize the color using the color palette, or enter the color code manually, like this. Next, in the material settings, we will increase the intensity of the texture and make it deeper. Great. Now let's set up the quarter, starting with changing the material to leather. Crocodile skin is definitely what we need. Let's change the leather color. In the settings, let's make the material a little lighter. Let's turn the 3D model and set up the collar element. Let's select the material in the fabric section. Alcantara is what we need. Next, let's change the color of the material to different one. Nice! Next, we'll configure the Eyestays part. We will also choose leather material. This cowhide material, for example. Looks interesting in my opinion. Now let's change its color, and then we'll make the material lighter. The next step is to turn the 3D model around, so that it is more convenient for us to configure the toe element. Here we will use the Dots leather material. Next, we'll also change the color of the material, like so. Let's set up the toe cap now. We will change the material to carbon and then pick a brighter color. Let's reduce the size of the texture so that the highlights look brighter and clearer. Excellent. The next step is to configure the tongue. Let's select a material that would look like a rugby ball surface and add a brighter color. Now to the label element. Here we will leave the material as it is. Let's just change the color, resizing the texture and making the leather material more glossy. Up next are the lace keepers. Here we will also change the material to carbon. Next, let's change the color of the material. Then in the material settings, we will reduce the texture size, like this. For the laces, we will only change the color of the material. Great. Let's turn the 3D model a little to work with the overlays element more comfortably. This one will also be a leather element. This time, let's go for the snake leather. Next, let's change the color of the material to a darker one and also adjust the material a little. Amazing. Now let's set up the back of our 3D model. Let's copy the material from the lace keeper element and apply it to the head label. Now let's configure the head counter. We will apply the leopard leather material to this part of the model. The next step is to customize the inside of the sneaker. Let's go to the tongue inner side element and change the color of the material again. For the tongue edge, we will also change the material for the leopard leather. Let's go to the lining and change the material to nylon. In the settings, reduce the texture size, like this. Now let's turn the 3D model a little and set up the toe edge element. We will only change the color of the material. Next, let's copy the material settings and apply them to the panel's edges. I want to give a bright color to the seams. Now let's copy this and apply to quarter seams and sole seams. Now let's change the color of the midsole bottom part. We will also change the color of the outsole toe. Like this. Now let's copy the color of the material and apply it to the outsole. We created a unique and catchy sneaker using the huge materials library that we have Provisual, and it looks amazing. Let's turn the drop shadow back on and apply our design. To add the design, click on the Add Design button on the Design Layers panel. You can also download a UV map and create your design in another editor. I've already prepared some images for our sneaker. Let's add the first design element. For our convenience, let's turn the 3D model and place the design following the UV map. Great. Now let's add a design to the toe. To do this, click on the Add Image button. Now we also place our design based on the UV map. Fine. Now let's add a design to the label element. Excellent. Next, we'll add a design element to a collar. Let's again turn the 3D model for more convenience. Finally, let's add the design to the tongue element. Great. Let's save the design. Need a good background for our sneaker. Let's see what types of pre-made backgrounds we have. We can choose a solid fill as the background, or we can go for a gradient fill. Here, we can select the desired colors and also set the direction of the fill, linear or radial. You can also pick one of the pre-designed backgrounds that we've prepared for you. or add your own image. Let's add one. Excellent. You can turn on moving lights to see how the light can enhance the shape and textures of the 3D model. You can also rotate the 3D model to see how the design looks in motion. Let's save our project now. After you've completed your design, you can share it by clicking the Share button. You'll get a shareable link to open the interactive viewer with your 3D model. Send it over to your colleagues, friends, or clients. And this is the end of our tutorial on creating a sneaker design. We hope this has been helpful for you. See you in the upcoming tutorials.